how am I able to make the reality of the simulation funny? Because, here, let's sit down. Squat here. This tree is crazy. Now, how am I able to make the simulation once again funny? Because the reality of the simulation is not the simulation's weird because it shows that we're not controlled of anything. Now, once again, I've said this before, if you're spiritually advanced, whatever, I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I never saw the simulation until over the last month. And I didn't see a bunch of stuff until over the last month. And I definitely know why, because when I got over to the West Coast, when I pretty much got into California a while ago, over a month ago now, some godly things happened. Like, so everything to some degree is a sign in this universe. But like, whew, I got like the biggest sign with like all these crazy trucks and all this traffic and these lights, and it just felt like I had entered a completely new phase of my life, and I was like, it just was insane. It was crazy when I got over to California. And then also I met this dude. I stayed at his place like back in Salt Lake City, and me and him were talking at his place, and like, he was like, he told me this before. See, what I just said to you, he told me. He's like, yeah, I came over. I forgot where he's from, Pennsylvania or something like that. He's like, when I came over to the West Coast, he's like, everything just changed. Like, I just felt like, boom, I was where I needed to be. And everything over here just feels a little bit more like advanced. Like, let's go a little further with our life. I'm not saying the East Coast is bad. I'm saying, I guess for certain folks like me and him who, or anyone who comes over here to seek something better, you could probably say the same thing for, it doesn't matter. But let's go back to the original topic of the video, the simulation. How can we make it funny so it's not so creepy if you're starting to really see it? Well, you say this. What do you say again? The simulation in full effect. Because the simulation in full effect, because just now, for example, one example, I've said this to myself so many times, the simulation in full effect. I just saw like a couple walking with their baby, and they just looked funny. They literally looked like they weren't in control. Now, though, I don't know where they are spiritually, those people, but most likely they're probably just thinking that they're controlling that. They got up in the morning, they controlled it, and then they controlled the way, like the exact path they're walking. No, it looked so funny. That's why I say you have to maybe be advanced, but to see the simulation. But if you just know about it and you think it's a little far-fetched, you think it's crazy, you think it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I don't know what Ryan talks. He gives me a headache, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just know that I couldn't see most of the stuff. Like a lot of stuff that I talk about on the channel that's not music, a lot of the stuff I talk about, like, I wasn't able to see all this stuff. No, I'm doing it because I like making videos. One is, it's God's work, I think, to spread this stuff, because there's people who do this stuff like me online who have their own style and their own way. Some of it's a little forced, like 5 ways to get in a spiritual meditation. Like, no, I open up my camera when it's time to talk about something cool that I think is cool. So, and I had an old channel where I kind of used to do that forced stuff, and it doesn't really work. And I've run around channels that talk about cool stuff, like where they're just chilling, and like, that's what I'm kind of doing, guys. Like, I just jumped in that tree. I didn't plan on it. It kind of happened. Now, there have been some videos that I've sort of planned. Like, I'm like, oh, that's like an option that maybe I'll just include in this video, that this topic I want to talk about. You know, people are going to work in their toys. They're stuck in the matrix, whatever, see? I don't know. Maybe they're just going to get a cup of coffee, which, I don't know. I took some good pictures this morning. I'm in a really cool neighborhood right now. I'm in a cool neighborhood. My truck is parked up by a park, and I love parks, as you know, if you watched Long Live the Lord, and if you've seen some of my Instagram posts, they're in parks. And parks have always been my jam. Why? Because there's a lot of things in parks where like natural like pull-up bars, like from just like the kids' toys that the people make for kids, whatever. Then adults think, when I go on the swings or I'm doing pull-ups on the monkey bars, or I'm just playing with the monkey, or I'm just doing whatever I want to do on these toys, which are actual, people really think they're toys, even though everything's a toy here in the universe. Everything's a toy. That like people think that I'm weird, or they think I'm hot. Like the other day when I was in, I was in this park, and like all these women with their kids and stuff, and men too, whatever, dads. But like I'm the only grown man. Like I've gotten into the habit of just like looking at patterns, like in a playful area like a park. It's my vibe. I've been going to parks since I was a kid, and I never really stopped, I'll be honest. I run in parks, I do my thing in parks. There's something about parks, it's fine. It's a chill vibe, it's a relaxing vibe. There's always a relaxing vibe in parks wherever you go, even if it's a little ghetto, or if it's like state-of-the-art park, doesn't matter. Still, there's just a vibe to like a park that you have these man-made things that kids can go on, and like I said, I use them. So anyway, I've been getting into a habit of like finding patterns in parks, like maybe garbage cans or like just like things, like some different parks have like different things that whoever the engineer for that park was invented. And then like doing a workout, like weaving in and out of these like statues or whatever there might be there at the park. And I don't know, these adults that bring their kids there, they think that it's just for their kids and they're watching their kids and stuff. But for me, I'm like an adult. Like they could be doing that same thing if they wanted to. They could be like playing and working out. I do like working out, playing. See, for kids are naturally, I watch kids, I'm like, genius. They're working out and they're getting their playtime in. And adults, they work out and they don't get any playtime in, or they get too much playtime in on the weekend drinking, and they don't work out, or they do nothing. They forget about everything. Doesn't matter. I'm just saying, I'm not better than anyone. I'm just saying, like why not look at the world the way it is and appreciate certain things as an adult, just like you did as a kid. It doesn't matter. We all have this inner child. I would say, I was going back to teaching. When I was a teacher, the best types of teachers are the ones that are still in tune with some of their inner child, or all of it. And because that's more real. However you're going to do it. However you're going to be your authentic self. You know what I'm saying? And for me, my authentic self has just been a little intelligent, at the same time, I would say like witty, like at the same time triggering for a lot of other folks, like at any stage of my life. And it's fun, and now like I'm at the stage too where I'm sort of like, let's just go with the light as much as we can all of the time and not worry about stuff that brings us out of the light. No, I don't have time for that anymore. I've done that for too long, you know what I'm saying? And I think we'll leave it at that, and God blessings and whatever. Happy Tuesday. Look at this sign. That is a toy. Look at it for what it is. It's ridiculous.